Good afternoon, everyone. We'll start with some opening comments from Coach, and we'll go to questions in the room and then on Zoom. You ready, Coach? Take it away.
Yeah, excited to be here. First time here. We know Golden State's playing great basketball right now, and hopefully we'll play well today.
Questions? Your take on the last few times you've seen them in Atlanta, describe that in expansion teams something been so successful.
It's not typical for an expansion team to do this well. They're extraordinarily well coached. They play well together. They share the ball. They do what they're supposed to defensively. They're always in the right spot. They're always ready to help one another. I just think they're having an outstanding year and they're playing great basketball right now.
Coach, you guys and Golden State are two of the most prolific three-point shooting teams as far as attempts per game are concerned. You feel like the teams generate threes in similar ways or different ways?
Well, it's slightly different. Obviously, Golden State have some really good downhill attackers. Both of us generate some threes off ball screens, but they also have attackers that get in space, and then if you go to help, they kick it out. A lot of our threes can come off post ups, and once you go to double, we kick it out. So, I mean, their kick out threes are just kind of generated a little differently.
Since the last time that the teams met twice, what are some of the biggest differences that you've seen from Golden State from the beginning of the season till now that you're looking at?
Well, I think almost all the teams in the W have to, manage injuries. So people come in and out of the lineup, so you see different lineups. But they've been pretty consistent with how they play. They rely on their defense. They compete on every possession. You don't see them come out at a beginning of a game and not be ready to go. So, more than differences, I see a lot of similarities just with some growth and improvement from some of their players. I mean, obviously Burton is taking it to another level right now.
Go to Zoom. Go ahead, Megan.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Wanted to ask you, I've noticed across the league that there are some other teams who have admitted they've started to kind of look at the standings as the season, kind of goes on and we're in this last stretch. What's Atlanta's kind of viewpoint on that?
Well, I mean, I think everybody kind of peeks at the standings, see how everyone's doing, see how things will shake up. But I mean, the standings change pretty dramatically week to week. These teams are so bunched up. Anybody puts together a good streak of games, they can move way up. Anybody has a tough stretch, all of a sudden you're fighting to hold on to any position you have. So the biggest key is to try to steal as many wins as you can and also be playing your best basketball at the end of the season going into the playoffs. So hopefully, we've gotten better as the season's going on, but I still think there's a lot of room for improvement for us. And in truth, we only got a couple weeks left in the regular season. So if we're going to make that improvement, it needs to be now.
Go ahead, Wilton.
Coach, at this point now, you've seen Golden State twice, but getting ready to prepare to play them again today, what do you think you've seen the most that has changed with this team? That's the first part of that question. And the second part is, what makes guarding or containing Xander Lassini a little bit difficult?
Well, I would say I'll answer the second part. The first part is I think they've been pretty consistent no matter who's been in the lineup. They've, been relied on their defense and they share the ball and they generate a lot of good looks at the rim and three. So they're pretty consistent. They have a style no matter who's in for them. And they play it very well. As for Sandalzini, she's just very hard to guard. She's can be deceptive. She will get you lean in one direction and get to her right hand and be able to attack downhill. If you think you have her guarded and you relax for a second, she can step back and hit the three. She's just a very talented player, and you can see with her usage going up this year just how good she really is. I mean, I think she's a potential future all-star in this league.
Go ahead, Tab.
Hey, Coach. Sorry if my internet it went out, so I'm sorry if you already answered this. But I went back and watched the last game against Golden State, and the physicality seemed to really affect the game. How does Atlanta need to start this one out to kind of not allow that to be as big of a factor as much as it was last time?
Well, I think we need to be physical ourselves. I think one thing that seems apparent year after year is once the playoffs happen, things get more physical. So, we have to become accustomed to, some of the bumping and chucking of cutters and things like that, because that's what's going to go on in the playoffs. So I think if you're in a situation in the regular season and you're letting the physicality bother you, I think you're not taking into account what the playoffs are truly going to be like. So we're just going to have to become more physical ourselves. That's something that we're looking to do. I think, Golden State does a good job of being physical and knowing where the line is not to draw fouls. And they're really smart with that. So you can't let it take it out of your game. And I always think you play worse if you're focused more on the officiating than you are whatever the next play is.
Thank you.
We'll go to Emmanuel. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
But I think you probably have already summarized this, but can you summarize tonight what the team needs to do both offensively and defensively to come out with a win against Golden State?
Well, with Golden State, your spacing has to be really good because they jam up all the gaps, and you're going to have movement. You're going to have to catch the ball ready to shoot because they scramble really well. They help on penetration, but they get out of it really quick and they scramble and try to get matched back up. So if you're not ready to catch and shoot it, your advantage is going to be wasted. And then, defensively, they're going to be generating a lot of looks, especially from three. And I don't know that you can take away all the attempts, but you're hoping that the attempts are difficult, more off the dribble, more step back over somebody, rather than open catch and shoot situations, or, you go way under and they get to just step into a three. Those are the threes that we really want to avoid.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, everyone. We'll see you, Coach.
Thank you.